Well, hello. Hello. I feel like that's really low. So I'll try to talk loud. No. Maybe we'll just move it up. That just didn't sound loud enough for me. Or maybe I could put it back here. Ah, that's so good. Is it gonna work? Oh, it's not strong enough. Oh man. Luckily for me, it has a clip. It has a clip. That's better. Okay, what's going on, guys? Sorry. Trying to figure this out. So. Yeah, I already did that without you guys. Sorry about that. That's why I was coughing my face off. Had it muted for a moment. Oh my god. I tried to take a very tiny one and I failed. Miserably. I failed miserably, man. So anyway, we are at week 6. Well, technically it starts on Tuesday, but Monday is when I do everything, so whatever. But I just changed the reservoir out. I figured out what my fucking camera problem was, so I couldn't use this really nice camera app I was using. Something with AVG. So I had all these free trials, all this other shit that AVG offered, so I downloaded it. And I knew it was ever since then, so I kind of knew that was the problem, so I uninstalled all that shit, and boom, here we go. Now I got some working camera love. But it's nice because where these plants are right now, it just works better for you guys, because it is better overall. So, technically we are at the start of week 6, and I just put about 10 gallons in the reservoir after thoroughly cleaning this mofro. It definitely takes time. We got it pH to 5.8. It requires a 2.3 EC. I'm at about 2.34, and it's been holding that for a while now. I'm gonna flush it right now live while I open it up and kind of get two birds stoned at once, so to speak. But yeah, so guys, hang in there for the live flushing and the viewing of the ladies. I have not opened this yet. I've only looked through the viewing window, and it looks crazy. These things are looking so crazy right now. So first and foremost, let me open it. Let me open this shit up here, and then we'll get to the rest of the goods. But I'm excited for you guys to see where we're at right now. Okay. So give me a second, I'll switch the cameras for you. I'll switch the cameras for you. That's what I'll do, I'll change the cameras. I'm a camera changing kind of guy. I'm gonna change the cameras. Alright, let me just make sure it has a real good angle first before I switch it on over. So yeah, it's obviously gonna change mine. Oh my god, that looks... Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna change the cameras now. Let's change the cameras! So here we are, guys, week 6. I'll do a closer view of it in a moment. Let me get the flush started. Let me get through it, and then I'll move the cameras. In the meantime, though, this is one of the things I love about this camera app, is that I can do something like this. And you guys can really kind of get a good view of what's going on in here. Let me change it a little more. So give me a second to get things set up for this flush here. And you guys just have a gander at that awesomeness. But just wait till I take you for the up-close view. But right now, I am opening up the... Oh, I forgot to close the plants. So I'm closing off the plants from the reservoir, so no water can get to the reservoir. Those are closed, and the flushing vent has been opened. I'm going to open up the reservoir now, and we are going to flush the system out. Woohoo! And water's coming out no problem, so that's cool. I don't see like globs or anything, so that's fucking cool. If you're curious to what I'm doing, let me see if I can do this without fucking up everything. Okay. Oh, wrong way. Alright. Whew. So right now, flushing the system out. Just anything that might be in there, anything that might be clogging it up. I'm gonna close it off for a second, give it a couple seconds, build pressure, and open it again. Just in case. Sometimes I've seen that work, especially when I didn't flush this or do anything at first. I just kind of let this go for a month. A lot of stuff did come out when I did that. So, and I put a good amount in there, so I don't mind flushing it so much. But I'm all right with that. All right, and it's that simple. Change the reservoir, flush it out, then reopen your plants. And my plants have probably been real thirsty. Okay, let me take you on a tour of where we're at. Also, before I do that, let me put this on the other screen like I normally do so I can see what you see. All right, cool. All right, guys. Oh, the autofocus. Wait, is that on? Hold on, give me a second. I'm so professional. Ryan, how are your videos so professional? Autofocus is on, so I don't know what's going on. Here we go, look at that. That's looking pretty fucking fantastic. Now keep in mind, my phone is on autofocus. I still haven't taken the time to figure out how to fucks with that. But then we got that fucking Mega Goliath. I'm trying to get a good angle here. But you see, it's not too far from the lights. That thing's looking cool. That thing's looking like a beast. But it's all pretty super frosty. And keep in mind, I'm doing nothing special, nothing extra. Let's see if we can get some close-ups here. Look at those. That's just on a fan leaf. But man, some of those trichomes look really big. Let's go for this one. That's even closer. See what it does. Now you see the tips are burnt on these leaves because I had the lights up too high. I have since turned them down, so hopefully it shouldn't be an issue. Granted, some of these are getting close to the fan, or to the light. I'm sorry. I'm just getting sidetracked by these buds. Now this one in the back, this thing looks like a super fat chunk. This thing is gonna be so huge. That was the one I literally had to move this fan for that to grow, and I figured it out so I could still kind of keep it in there, and I have it on kind of low, but that thing is like it's really fat and it's already connecting. But dude, that looks super frosty. But all these are looking really good right now for just straight startup kit newts. They're looking fantastic right now. Like, I'm not mad or disappointed. I wish that they were purple. It's purple! Anyways, if you get it, if you know, you know. But I'm gonna guess around week 6 that these things are gonna purple up. Look at this one. This one's probably gonna be a fat chunk too. And what's cool is this one, particularly this one, it's in the center of the tent. So it's getting all, wait, where's my finger at? It's getting all 3 of these light bars hitting it because of how it's stretched out from side to side. Like this leaf right here is part of that. So like it's getting all 3 light bars. So I have to imagine that that thing is just gonna fucking explode. And like anything that's in the center, like, so even this one that's kind of getting covered, but I might move that leaf out the way for the bud. It's called tucking it. But any of these things in the center, even like, so let me see how far is it. Okay, well, let me zoom back anymore. So if you see, there's like a dip in the center. There's nothing really happening here because this is the real middle where both plants meet. However, that one is also getting all 3 lights, possibly. I don't know where the leaves are on it, but they're just getting free light right there. Those things should hopefully be awesome. But you see these like towers. I got some towers going on in here, so I can't wait to see these chunk up. And they haven't had food basically most of the day today because I probably started working on the reservoir 3 hours ago. It takes a minute to kind of do all that and get the food, and gotta wait half an hour after you put in the silica so it bonds with the water. So there's steps and processes, but I'm pretty happy with how these are turning out so far. So yeah, we'll see. Even with me turning down the light, I think it's now down to a 7. I think it was at a 9. But dude, that thing's gonna be my pride and joy right there. Like, I can't wait. I really can't wait. Do we? Let me zoom out. Oh, this thing's covering messages that people are talking about. Trichomes. Trichomes indeed. Trichomes indeed. What I'm really stoked about is how this is still working out. Now here is the new addition to my tent. I have a heater placed directly on top of my fan. Probably not the safest idea, but this thing generally doesn't run for too long. It kind of turns on, gets it to temperature, and then turns off. So it's nothing crazy. And as you can see, it's been in here for I got it in here on March 5th. I don't know what today is. Today is the 9th. All right, so I've had it in here since the 5th. It's now the 9th, no problems yet. None of this has melted, it all still looks pretty straight. Hanging in there, looking good. But yeah, so it's really neat because I thought even on low, this fan was a little too much for like blowing up to the center. However, with this heater on it, it kind of disperses it and makes it way less. And it kind of works out, especially when the heat's on, how it kind of, it's, because I put my hand up here just to feel when it's on. And it wasn't anything that I had to worry about. And I think this was like 17 bucks on Amazon. This little tiny ass here, or maybe 14 bucks. But they say you want this tent to be at about 85 degrees, and it was maxing out at about 78. So now it's working out. It's at 85 pretty much the whole time. It's really cool to see these little leaves responding to this light. So the leaves are gonna curl down now to try to get this underlight that's shooting up. And most of these leaves are curling downwards. So the plant is responding to the underlights. Like all of these are like curved downwards. Some of them you can't tell, like that one's curved down. That one in the back's curved down. So that's pretty cool. So they are responding pretty well to the underlights, but let's see what exactly it's even gonna do. But that little guy's doing all right. You know, I mean, it's not gonna be great, but it's something. But yeah, you know, I left some underneath stuff just to see what it would do, if anything. And I would, sorry, I'm trying to zoom out. I would like to have another set of lights, like on that side and over here, you know, on the sides that don't have them right now. Just to get this whole half and the back half too, that's against the wall, because it's nice. There's a moment where the charcoal filter will stop pulling the air, and the tent, instead of being sucked in on itself, will blow outwards. And when it does that, the light can shoot up more, and the light from the top can shoot down, and they can kind of actually hit those sidewalls. So it would be cool to have them, but you know, even this is, you know, go a little extra right now. The undergrow's a little extra right now. But it is cool to kind of see it working. And even some of these, let's see if I can zoom in here. Some of these that the plant started to write off, these leaves, they're still hanging on and they greened back up. So but yeah, these ones were kind of dying, and I wanted to leave them just to see if they were just done for or if they'd come back, and it seems like they came back. So these things definitely are working. I just don't know how good, plus the distance that this is. So this is, you know, that's a good distance till it even hits where the plants are, but then to, you know, penetrate. So until I close the tent and open up the view window, then I can really see where that light and how far it goes penetration wise. But like even looking in, you can see through the plant. You can see in there. If like I stopped and zoomed in, I don't know how good it's gonna focus on something back there, but oh damn! Okay, iPhone 15. Look at it back there. It's back there. Okay. But yeah, so that just goes to show you the light is penetrating in through the plant. Like we can see into the plant, which normally is not really, you know, it doesn't go all the way to the bottom or to the top. It stops usually. It only penetrates so far. Now you're getting it from both sides, so pretty fucking cool. Oh man, these things. It smells so fucking good in here. It's ridiculous. But I just cannot wait. So we're starting week 6. So they got a good amount of bloom A and bloom B, and they got a higher amount of the bloom enhancer this week. So I'm hoping, why is it looking like that? I'm hoping for way better results by next week. But you know, we're already getting really good results. And look at these sativa leaves. So thin. Thin and stretchy sativa leaves. It's really cool. Like this is pretty much super sativa. But man, it's just so, when you get it to the temperature it's supposed to be at, the leaves start growing bigger. So my leaves are pretty much medium sized for the most part. Some would get big, but now they're all starting to kind of like, I wish this fucking camera is in the way, but it's time lapsing. Again, not sure what. It's really hard to see. Hopefully something good. God damn it. But that, oh, there we go. That leaf right there. That is freaking huge. It doesn't look like it in the camera. That thing is huge. And I can only imagine the rest of these are gonna get that big, especially, you know, right, being at like the perfect temperature, getting the perfect amount of food, getting the perfect everything, which is what this is getting. It's even getting CO2 just by me living in this apartment. Just by me living and breathing in here. This plant is thriving. Wait, let me get it in there. Thriving with nutrients and awesomeness. Oh! Oh my god, where's my mouse? Woo! There we go. So yeah, pretty, I guess I can scoot over. Pretty insane. These are, oh, wow, I gotta really scoot over. Sorry, I have a different setup now, so I'm trying to figure out where I gotta be nowadays. But yeah, so having this heater in here definitely seemed to really help the plant. Everything seems to be growing in abundance since I turned the light down. I've been looking at the new growth and it doesn't look like the tips are burnt at all, so hopefully that should be fine. The stretching seems to have stopped as far as the stems. So now it's just gonna be the buds swelling and growing. But man, some of these are crazy, man. And you know, every once in a while, I try not to do it too many times, but I will grab a leaf and slide my fingers across it. And I'll check to see how sticky my hands are. And then, you know, I'll go for that flavor profile smelling. Whew! It's already got a good one. However, I know it's still not even there yet. So it's very exciting, especially, you know, once it starts getting some color, which it fucking better start. It better start. But again, I remember the people that I gave the Ricky Bobby GG4 to, both of them, it didn't start turning till a little bit later, so my guess is towards the end of the flowering cycle, this thing is gonna start turning, which is like bullshit. And I'm just now realizing how some of the buds on the right side, like, or some of the stems have some giant ass goddamn leaves blocking everything. Part of me just wants to cut them all off. But I don't want to take away from the plant budding right now, or maybe even herming it. So that's a bummer. But man, this is some pretty cool stuff. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think anything too significant could come from a 2x4 tent. Definitely wouldn't be this great if I was using the HPS lights. Would not be this good. There would be a lot more heat issues. It would just be more power consumption. I don't think it would be worth it, honestly, without LEDs like I have right now. My bill has been surprisingly very low still with everything I got going on. The dehumidifier, when I had the humidifier going on with these underlights, with this light, when I had these running 24/7. But again, when I was running them with veg, I had the light down lower and I could run it at a lower percentage so it didn't use as much. So that's another cool thing. But this has been a pretty cool experience, very eye-opening as far as like what I can and cannot do with a small ass tent like this. And I also kind of limited myself by putting a shelf on this edge of the tent because I can't fully open this tent now and get to the other side, which I didn't think about when I set everything up, which would have been really nice to do when I was lollipopping everything because I would have left a lot more shit down here. But because I couldn't really reach the back, I had to chop more off just so I can get back there. So I ended up basically lollipopping it like I normally would one of my normal grows. I did leave a couple things down here just to see, because I didn't have the lights yet, I don't think, when I did all this, but I knew I was getting them, so it's like I want to see if it does anything. It's supposed to tremendously help, but we'll see. But again, I did put my design onto Maker World for these S16 AC Infinity lights. Feel free to download them. Throw me a comment. Like, hey man, it worked out pretty good. Now I built these big old circles in, I can't see. So I built these big circles right in here that they're attaching each other with, because I was actually gonna weigh it down with something else. I was gonna keep like these clips, but I was gonna weigh it down with something like a counterbalance. But it worked out just kind of having to go back and forth, holding each other up. So that's what you're gonna have to do if you download it and you want to use it for these. But it works. So, and there's no melting, there's no heating issues. I felt the bottom of it a bunch of times. So nothing to really worry about as far as safety. Shit, dude, I have a heater on top of a fan. But I constantly, like the first day I did this, and it had to heat up a good amount at first, which I was kind of worried about. Which now I'm kind of, a little bit worried about, but it's still at about 82. So that's cool. It won't have a lot of making up to do. I would look at the AC Infinity app religiously, like every 20 minutes, just to see if it went to 90 degrees in there. Is there a fire? Like, cause I'll see the temp go up. But I keep seeing it fluctuate. It goes to 85, and then it goes kind of down to 83, and then it kicks back on to 85. And then it goes off, and then it goes down to about 83, and then it kicks back on and goes to 85. So it's not on for long, and it's pretty cool. It really ended up working out, because I wasn't sure how to even do this heater thing, and I was like, whoa, we're gonna just try something. I have not lifted up the heater and looked underneath yet to see if there's an issue. I can't imagine there would be, but I guess we can check right now live and see if I've been a big idiot, which is very possible. Alright. Oh, the heater is on as we speak. Nope. No issues. I'm gonna go ahead and hit tent work. Well, I've never done this yet with the heater, I don't think. So when I press the button that says tent work, it should turn most things off. Yep. I'd rather the heater not be on right now, just doing stuff where it's not going to be contained at the moment. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to update, get a couple more things out there of what's going on with the grow. Cause it's looking pretty good. Let's get the top of the tent. There we go. But you can see those underlights. You can see the light like kicking up. And when you close these tents, it really does reflect a lot. It's crazy how much gets shot around in there. It's really neat. It's pretty cool. So this week should be pretty fun to watch. Wonder, man, those look so good. Let me give you one more good look at those babies. Give you one more good look at the baby. One more good look at the baby. Yeah. Get that automatic focus dick going. Take it off. Oh, no. Oh, I guess it had it the whole time. Wow, that's so cool I can do this. I mean, it doesn't look that awesome like this, I guess. Let me zoom it out a little bit more. Alright, that looks way cooler like that. Kind of see more of it going on. So that whole chunk right there, I really look forward to. Those should be like the primos right there. Those should be like the best of the best. Obviously, they're at the top. They're bringing it all in for the team. But then you got that major one over here, and then a couple other players in the game. Not many, but there are some. So hopefully, like I said, this one on the left, right under that AC Infinity sign, hopefully that should be a super fat chunker, given that there's not a lot of tops on this left plant. It's really just that main big one. You can see the other one on the left is barely up there with the other ones, but so yeah, we're hoping for fat nugs on this one, and then dude, oh man. And as far as like the center section goes, those are looking like they might be kind of fat, but I guess we'll have to find out. Different lights on the bottom than the top. So there is, the bottom lights have what's called full spectrum, so it has pretty much everything it needs. But the ones on top have infrared and ultraviolet, and then the rest of the ones at the bottom one has. So the bottom is nothing super special. Now you can get, so what I was thinking, actually let me zoom out. Hey, great question over there, great question. You know I'm liking the questions. Okay. Ah, this is cool, this will be fun. Oh, it doesn't go up anymore, interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna have to zoom in. Oh, this is gonna be fun, hold on. Okay, let me scoop this chair out the way. So, oh no! I just spilled all the water. Live! Spilling water live! Now I gotta get a goddamn towel. Son of a bitch. Well, that's not a bummer. I don't know what is. Oh, you guys couldn't see any of that. I wonder if you could hear any of it. So I just spilled everything that I just pulled out of the plants, basically. This thing is pretty empty now. Whoops. So I guess I'll get this out of the way and get working on soaking this water up. So they have light bars that have UV and IR as well. And I was thinking of doubling this up so it would come out one more and I could put the UV IR next to it. So that way, you know, you'd have two on each side. But no, these don't have all of the lights that the ones on the top have. Little bit different. But still, like, it's what the plants need. Supplement. You can use these as main grow lights if you want, actually. You know, like, you can print a thing and just keep like all four of them right next to each other, kind of like my main grow light on the top is. But yeah, so they have UV IR versions, infrared and ultraviolet light. So yeah, they are definitely different. Great question, great question. Give me like 30 seconds to kind of work on soaking some of this water up. Can't believe I did that. It's crazy. Lessons have been learned today. After getting watery products out of things. Oh my god, I just spilled it again. I moved it out of the way just to spill it again. Hell yeah, live streams. That's cool. I'm gonna work on that in a minute. Let me just zoom out of here real quick. Oh, you still can't see it if I zoomed out. Bummer. Sucks for you guys. Just made a gigantic mess. Whoops. All right, well, on that note, probably gonna end the show. Because I do have to get drying, get the carpet drying. However, we can zoom. Yeah, so those. So you got the red ones up there, and then there's the ultraviolet that you can't see. So they're on there, you just can't see them with the human eye. But yeah, the bottom ones don't have those. They come on a separate light bar. Oh, well, another great question. The question was, how often should you clean your reservoir? I didn't clean it at first. I let it go a whole month because AI kind of told me I could, but maybe I was just asking the wrong questions and misunderstood. But I'm just gonna go with, you should clean it every week that you refill it. Because that's what I am now doing, which seems to be every Monday, my day off. And if you have a reservoir and you're doing more than one plant like me, it's not gonna be a very quick process. Especially when they get to this stage where they're drinking 10 gallons a week. Oh man, so much water on the floor. But oh, wrong way. I'm bringing it back over here. I'm not sitting on the water. But no, you should really do it every week, and I'm kind of glad I have been now. Because it definitely gets gross in there for sure. Like real gross. And I have to recalibrate the pH meter every week now too. I probably didn't have to, but it's a little bit off enough where it's like, I'm not cool with that. So now I just recalibrate the pH and the EC every week as well. I haven't, so the pH meter, it says it recommends to calibrate that every week, and the EC part of it once monthly. But I need to get some more like calibration fluid first for the EC before I can kind of do that one again. And luckily I only have a couple more weeks left anyway in the grow. There's no way this is going to go 10 weeks unless I want to be greedy and just kind of let it go past the ripening point and just let it go hard and just keep going and going and going and going. Because you can let these get crazy out of control and just keep going. Or you can pull them when it's just right and get the perfect amount of everything. So it really all depends on what you're going for, I suppose. But you can get some super fat big nugs if you just keep letting them go. Now, I've never gone super long after, but I've definitely done it. because, you know, I didn't care too much then. However, I'm a little more of a snob with things now, especially because of live rosin, stuff like that. Would you pull one and let... Nope. Nope. I'm not just going to pull one. These are both done at the same time, which is another good reason to just do 2 of the same strains. If you can, you just do 2 clones that came from the same plant, because they should grow about the same rate. They should do the same things at the same time, and they should be at the same level most of the, like, they should be neck to neck. So when you do other strains, you might have one going faster, more crazy than the other. But, you know, when you start flowering in a tent, they're both going at the same rate. So you could, if you wanted, I suppose, pull one early, or not early, pull one when it's supposed to be done, and then leave the other one in there to go longer if you really want. I guess that's not a bad idea. But your oil, especially with sativa, if you let it go longer, it kind of turns it into indica. It kind of over ripens the oil, so to speak. We'll just say we'll just say that. But yeah, you lose the more sativa-y effect of the plant, and it just kind of all gets ambery. And but it can be done. Yeah, I guess that's a thing you could do. But we'll see which one gets crazier. And but odds are they're both coming down at the same time. For science. Yep. So we'll see what goes on here. But so far it's looking pretty good, except for the big amount of water I spilled that I have to soak up. This is crazy, man. Things are looking really good. I'm glad this camera app is working again, because, you know, the whole moving and zooming things around is really nice. But yeah. Yeah, indicas, I mean, and another thing with letting them go too is, like, you might lose terpenes and stuff like that if you let them go longer, and it does change things. So it's best to pull it when it's ready to go, and if you really want, like, some indica, just grow some indica. Don't even grow some sativa. Just don't even do it. But this is my first, like, I'm just gonna call it super sativa that I've grown, with the super thin, long leaves like that. Most I've had is like hybrids and indicas with the fat ass leaves. So this is an interesting, neat change for me. And it'll be interesting to see the bud structure of a super sativa. But they are stretching like they said they would do. Especially that one on the left, that fucking guy. The fucking guy. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see how much they're really frosting up with just base nutrients and eating whenever they want to eat on their own. Pretty fucking cool. Man. Anyways. So yeah, pretty much that's about it. We got a heater in there. And I got about 2 minutes till it turns back on. The stretching seemed to stop as far as the stems, but the buds are going pretty hard and pretty frosty. No purple colors yet. No sagging yet. They're not there yet. I bet you within a week, maybe one of these might be getting a little heavy for the stem. Maybe, we'll see. We'll see what upping this bloom enhancer does. Because now it's getting the... is it the most? Hold on, let me check the schedule. Oh, no. So week 7, it's gonna go up again a little bit. So next week, it'll be the most bloom enhancer ever. So we'll see. See what that does. I'm really excited. So far, like, you know, just going by what they tell you to do. Because in the video, they state, just follow the feed chart. That's it. That's all it says. Just like, hey guys, just follow the feed chart. It'll work. And that's all I've been doing. I've had 0 problems other than my light being a little too high, kind of like burning the tips off, which is not that big of a deal at the moment. Again, I did lower the lights, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, just as is, man, I'm fucking overly impressed. And like, I already know some things I kind of want to do different next time I do all this. So it's very exciting. This being the whole kind of like get back into it experiment phase of the grow. I had a lot of interesting roadblocks that I had to work around, but nothing as crazy as doing it all the other ways I've done it. This has by far been the simplest, the most easiest, so far the most insane crystal producing on its own kind of thing. These are pretty frosty. And especially from a company that now you can't even access their website. So it's like, that's crazy too. And I have 1 seed left of this strain out of 5. I have 1 left because I'm an idiot. However, once I get a house, I can get a mother tent and I can have one in there forever and just keep it forever. And I'm gonna grow that Oreo strain that I got from that dude in Ohio. That thing looks crazy. It almost looked like a complete black plant. It was so neat. Now I don't know what that does to photosynthesis, because usually that's like what the green in the plant is for and does, but I don't know. But man, this is pretty cool. I cannot lie. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it from this guy over here. Oh, bro. Dude. I don't know if you can see it, right? Like, he can't see it. Whatever. Holy shit, dude. Oh, that's definitely different than last time. It's got like some funk. Oh, this is gonna be nasty. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry, this is exciting. This is really exciting. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you being here. I really gotta soak up this water on my carpet. Until next time, I guess we'll hang out later. So, peace, love, and shaking grease.